Yet. All right, hello everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Easter long weekend. So I am playing as April O'Neil today. I am late. I want to go on a little bit earlier, but what is time in the ever-changing construct? So let me just see. Yeah, my PC has been being crazy lately in terms of connectivity. So I've been having some technical difficulties. Oh my goodness, sorry about that, guys. So welcome to Saturday night. We're going to be doing a read tonight that I meant to do a long time ago, but I have the Last Ronin. Oh my goodness, let me switch it. Hi. Oh my goodness, I want to say hello to people I see her. Hey, Brandon. Oh, there's a lot of people live today. Maybe we'll see. We'll do some battles. We'll see. I actually just wanted to get this as like a live recording of reading of The Last Ronin. I don't know. Oh my goodness, you are being crazy again. Yeah, my internet's just been nuts with this. Well, that's okay. I think with technical, like, if I think of April O'Neil and the Ninja Turtles and what she means to the turtles, she's like like her and Donatello are kind of best friends. I also love how the Ninja Turtles are named after Renaissance artists, because it's actually through learning about Leonardo that I learned about Zatanna, ironically enough, because Zatanna in the DC universe and also the Ninja Turtles tend to do a lot of crossovers with DC, so there's that in terms of like different universes and that kind of stuff. So The Last Ronin is a darker tale as it comes to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Wow, I cannot believe this. I do not have internets on this. I'm gonna just take this off for a second and then turn it on again. You know, turn it off, turn it on again, see if that works. I'll probably restart my computer and let it do that. Hi, Chad. Thank you for the likes. So, as you can see, I'm not on at some wee midnight hours because I did want to read some of this story, The Last Ronin, and I'll just read you the synopsis in case you're not familiar. Hi, Private Data. How's it going? So I'm playing as April O'Neil. It is April 19th, 2025. We are in the Easter long weekend, right? So yesterday, it is a long weekend here, but Saturday tends to be normal, and then we go into Easter Sunday tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to be doing some Astro in the morning, just because like Ostara, bunnies, I'm going to do some Sailor Moon stuff and talk about the moon. But today I wanted to do a special read of The Last Ronin because it's like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meant a lot to me growing up as a kid, right? I wanted to be April O'Neil when I grew up. So even when I first moved out here to Toronto, I took broadcast journalism because I'm like, I'm going to be like April O'Neil and tell the truth. Even archetypes of like Lois Lane and even the Flash's girlfriend Iris. I'm just going to restart this computer. Oh my goodness. This has been, I don't know, out of nowhere, my PC, I have multiple computers. It's kind of, I have an editing computer. I have a computer that I do more of my writing on, and then I have like all of my live stuff. But this one PC, I have a little micro PC. The Wi-Fi just all of a sudden just started acting up. So I'm gonna see if I can Ethernet it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Nate Faye for me. Old movies were the best. Yeah, Chad. Like I was reading something too about how they changed over the actress who played April O'Neil from the first movie to the second movie. The second movie of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was probably my favorite one, you know, with like Vanilla Ice, go ninja, go, and the ooze and all that kind of stuff. And I'm trying to remember the difference between the Aprils, but it's not dawning on me. It might be worth a rewatch. And so I'm probably going to have some watch parties on my Discord channel because I won't have to deal with copyright infringement issues. And I don't think the comic books give me any issues, but if I'm doing screen share with anything like that, typically the copyright police like to come after me. So if you want to join me on Discord, we're going to have some watch parties of that, including, let's see here, Tech Troubles. So funny. Let's see if this works now. I can't believe I'm still dealing with this. Okay, so hi, Enzo. I'm going to just read you guys the synopsis of The Last Ronin in case you're not familiar with this story. With how they do Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles nowadays. You know what, though? I will say I'm not going to rant and rave about the culture today. I'm born in 1985, so I'm turning 40 on Thursday, actually, this coming Thursday. Yay! So I'm born in April. Even the name April means to open. Yeah, Chad. Yeah, the 80s babies. Yeah. So, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but there just doesn't seem to be any new ideas, right? You're 28 this Wednesday. Happy birthday, David. Awesome. And you turned 40 February 27th. Hey. How's it been going for you, Chad? Your 40th year. I feel like, I'll tell you guys a funny story because I'm from Winnipeg, Manitoba. And I visited Winnipeg this last Christmas. And so let's roll it back before I get into The Last Ronin. It's going to get into like why. Oh my goodness. I can't believe this. How. I should just stop looking at this because I'm going to just shut this down because I'm going to shut down the computer and then I'll restart it so I don't end up looking at it. That just means I might not have music. I have to look at my other laptop to do that. Eye strong, body strong. That's great, Chad. That's good. I feel great turning 40. I'm 39 right now, but I spent a lot of my 20s being very uncomfortable with myself, right? And searching for who I was and all that kind of stuff. So turning 40 has given me a level of confidence in myself and finally realizing like, thanks, Chrysalis. I like that name. That's a great way to kind of look at how I look at the story of reality right now. I've had a lot of friends tell me, like, it's for me as well, too. I've gone through a lot of, like, dark night of the soul recently, even though I thought that I had gotten through a lot of healing. But, of course, I've said this to you guys before in the live, like, healing is not a straight line. Sometimes, like, old memories will hit you and you're like, wow, I didn't realize I was traumatized by that. But I will say a lot of these stories, right, like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, April O'Neil, She-Ra when I was growing up, as well as like the Power Rangers and Sailor Moon and all of the mangas I used to read, the comic books I used to read. I read Dune when I was like 10, that kind of stuff, like Dragonlance, RPG games, all of this stuff. Growing up, I was a very, like, I would say like angsty teenager. I had like an existential crisis when I was 7. Like I had this like realization. I was like, wait a minute, like what is life? And this also like realization that everything has an ending. And I don't know, it was like this thing of like this nihilistic feeling. And I spent a lot of time in art and writing poetry and searching through stories to find an answer to something that I didn't really understand the question of, right? Oh, thanks, Chad. Oh, and Midnight Shadows, thank you. Oh yeah, I love that. I feel very blessed that I got to grow up in the 90s. And not only that, I got to grow up in the 90s out in the prairies. So me and my friends literally used to play in like parks and logs and like, you know, our imagination had a place that it could grow in. And I have lost a few friends of mine at a very young age. Like I lost my friend Cody in 2001 when I was 16 to a car accident. I lost another friend of mine to suicide. So along the way of growing up, I've lost good friends, and I've also volunteered for things like Kids Help Phone, and I I left all that for the busy city. No, you know what though? I went through trauma, you guys, and I'm sure many of you guys can relate to, growing up not being easy, right? Wherever you are, whatever it means, like to come into being an adult, like it's like when you turn 18 or 19, you're like, I don't know what I want to do with the rest of my life, right? I wanted to be a poet. I still do want to be a poet. I want to be an author, and I wanted to build worlds. But, when you're a kid growing up, you realize like, oh, my dreams have to actually conform and fit whatever the society has told me to do. But not realizing that we're born to enact change, right? There are powers that aren't. I call them the powers that aren't, not the powers that be, because experience loss is always called the best thing to do. Of course, crystals. And I do feel like there's many, oh my gosh, I just got this hyperproxy. I borrowed this one from the library. I'm not gonna lie. Like, some of the more expensive comic books I get from the library first. I do end up owning a lot of them. I don't know how good this is. I've read through most of this on my own. It's a really hard read, this. Just because I'm gonna read the foreword by, it's by Robert Rodriguez, the director, and I love grindhouse movies, old 80s movies, like horror movies, really like campy stuff like John Carpenter. And Robert Rodriguez, of course, did grindhouse with like Tarantino and stuff like that. So I'm going to read you guys the foreword, just because he does a great job of describing those of us who grew up with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And like, the guys who created Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were like sitting around a basement table, like shooting the shit and being like, oh, you know how funny it would be to have turtles that are slow be ninjas? It's as simple as that. And I'm sure many of you and your friends back in the day, like I did this with me and my friends, we made up whole worlds. I wrote a whole book when I was 14 about me and my friends saving the universe. So I'm bringing that back to life. And, when I moved out to the big city, I got trapped in corporate. I worked for KPMG, for the hospital. I was a project manager, digital project manager, corporate manager, whatever you want to call it. I played that game, but, it was just a matter of realizing, like, what you're meant to do here in this world. And, to be an artist, if you're going to be something that's, like, not the hustle of what Toronto is, it's like, wow, maybe I have to change the world in order to have that fit. And I think it seems so big, right? It seems so challenging, but a lot of tools, when I was growing up in the 90s, like video editing technology, anything from the cameras that we use, technology in that sense is much more accessible. So if we choose not to outsource our creativity and choose to like take the time to learn some of this stuff, there's so much more available to us as like personal artists, no matter what your medium happens to be, right? Hey, Doom Knight. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to read you guys the foreword. Introduction. I first discovered Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the later 80s when I was in college. So this is Robert Rodriguez, and he's dating himself now. He did do Spy Kids too, I think, as well. Anyways, my favorite Robert Rodriguez movie is... oh my gosh, it's the double feature, and it's the Grindhouse one with Cherry. Oh my gosh, and Bruce Willis is in it. Oh my god, I'll go back to it in just a sec. Okay, I first discovered Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the later 80s when I was in college. The comics had been out for a few years, and the animated show had just begun. The animated show was like so big for me. Oh, a flash goal, yay! Okay, I'm gonna put in a flash goal to start. Yay! Oh, and just to let you guys know, any of my comic book reads, I'm organizing them in so you can get many of them. Like, I edit out some of this, me rambling on about stuff, so you can just get the reads. That will all be available. I'm organizing all of that. That's also why I hadn't been live in terms of the reads lately, because I had so many reads I had to go through that were archived and put together so that you guys can get them afterwards. And also I'm working on getting a radio show so we can get maybe a lot more like analog ways of us telling stories, and not just comic books, but like stories in general. So I'm just reading you guys the foreword from The Last Ronin, and you guys see here he's got all of the weapons, this turtle, right? I'm not going to spoil as to which turtle this actually is, but as you can see here, it's a very dark story because you've got one turtle left. The other three brothers are gone, and if you're anyone who's had to survive outliving friends, it's like there's guilt involved and there's darkness, and there's a lot of stuff I think we can relate to as part of growing up. So the comics had been out for a few years and the animated show had just begun, and it was the talk of the school because this phenomenon had been dreamed up in a kitchen over pizza with by a bunch of friends, what I just told you guys, right? Like friends just coming together and like coming up with a cool idea and a story, right? The original film came out a few years later, and I saw it in an advanced word-of-mouth preview screening. Lucky you, Robert Rodriguez. I remember being blown away and inspired that this whole wild creation that caught fire everywhere was created independently and had started out as an indie comic. It made us all feel like the sky was the limit, and that maybe, just maybe, we too could come up with ideas that could mass entertain and have cultural impact. And that's the idea of art inspiring other people's art, right? Hey, Dandy Money Man, our birthday's coming up, by the way. So I'm doing a little read of The Last Ronin today with you guys. So it's just saying how it's an exciting time, both as consumers and fans of comics, movies, and animation, and as budding creators. Later, I again will get to experience just what a phenomenon of multi-generational fandom Ninja Turtles really was. I was able to turn all 5 of my kids onto it. You have 5 kids, Robert? Oh man. As each grew up through the many different eras and iterations of the property. It was part of their rites of passage that they'd learn all about the lore and the legacy of the Turtles and their world through whatever medium was popular at the time. Oh, thanks, Massey, for the ice cream cone. Yeah, it is coming up. You know, I celebrate all month, and I'm April O'Neil tonight, right? And it is April, so there's a little double entendre there, right? Oh, Voice of One, thanks for reaching. You reached level 8 in my team. I need to figure out how to coincide my Discord channel RPG with like TikTok in some sort of way. I'm getting there though. Discord channel will be linked to my Xbox today. That's what so that I can actually have you guys join me and maybe help me in Halo, because Halo 2 is getting really hard right now. Oh my goodness. And you know you're my dungeon master, Voice of One, especially for the first game. So my first book is the Dragon Warriors Battle for Mount Olympus, and the premise of the game is, there's a game in the story, right? The Great Dragon in my book is also a dungeon master for the game of Mount Olympus, but I'm going off on my own story tangent. We're here to talk Ninja Turtles. I'll get to that in a second. So let's see here, and like a science project, I got to witness them argue passionately over which movies and animation versions were truer and more authentic. It always depended on which version each kid grew up with. And that totally makes sense, right? The idea that whatever version you have grown up with will be the one that is sacred to you, right? And having that meaning for you, someone else having a different iteration that's their favorite is okay. I'm actually happy about that, right? I love it when I get to learn about other people's favorites. So do you have a favorite Ninja Turtle? And if you do, drop your favorite Ninja Turtle in the chat. My favorite is Michelangelo, just because I see him as a Taurus. I like, when I was younger, I loved Leonardo. But as I grew older, it's funny, I liked Michelangelo because it's like the younger me liked like the bad boy, like the bad boy or like the leader of the pack. So, like the leader who's like hard to get, and like, oh, I had such a crush on that. But as I grew older, I realized that I had a lot of love for the characters in the superhero teams or in any kind of like, grouping where they provide levity to the situation, like the comic relief when you need to, like, Voice of One, you definitely seem like a Raphael. And Raphael, I feel like, is Scorpio. So I did actually this talk. I'll get the video and organize it, where I talk about astrologically how each of the Ninja Turtles line up to like the fixed royal stars in astrology. So like Leonardo's obviously a Leo, right? They do tend to be leaders as well. And then you've got Aquarius, which opposes that. And then I have that being Donatello, because Aquarius is very intelligent. Not to say the other signs aren't, but there's just more about this level of when you're on a team, that each individual is going to have their gifts and skills that are like theirs. And it doesn't mean that you can't use the other weapons or you can't use the other things. Like you're skilled in all of it, but you're going to have like a specialty that's yours, right? Hey Frankie, how's it going? Do you have a favorite Ninja Turtle? I'm April O'Neil, your host for this evening. So I love Mikey, just because, you know, he likes video games and snack. He's very Taurus, come on. And of course we've got Raphael, who I look at as Scorpio, you know, like the deals with like the darker side. I remember reading a Ninja Turtles comic book where he had like the dark outfit, where he was like kind of like all in black. I also like those comic books because I used to get like Archie and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at like the grocery store when you would like check out, you know, in the end. That's kind of like where I would get my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fix. And Archie, which I loved. And you know you're old when I watched Riverdale, where I was like, oh, I'm watching this for how hot the dads are. And yeah. Anyways, now that I'm done with that tangent. So the only thing they seemed to agree on were the comics. They all loved the comics. We'd read them and we would draw from them. I have gotten the privilege of being friends with Kevin Eastman, one of the creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, over the past 12 years. And he's such an inspiration and the hardest working man in the business. I mean, this guy works hard. Hanging out in his studio while he cranked out a new run of the Ninja Turtle comics was a life highlight for me. It would blow my kids' minds that I knew Kevin Eastman. Whenever he was in Austin, he would draw turtles for my kids. He was the magic man. Them knowing the guy behind it all made them appreciate the property on a whole other level. So, what a mind-blowing day it was when Kevin sent us a preview of The Last Ronin, issue number 1. Seeing their reaction as we read it together, it felt like a full circle in their growing up. Gut-wrenching and solemn at times, exciting, life-affirming, and art-affirming. We all read it and were floored. It was yet another rite of passage for them going into the adult world. We've now read the entire 5-issue miniseries, and it's clear that The Last Ronin is a gritty, post-apocalyptic, dramatic yarn that had us all riveted from start to finish. It was really something to see the series grow with them and get to this point at the right time in their lives. I can't think of another IP that has done that aligned with mine and my kids' lives like that. A true testament to the lasting and continuing impact this creation has had on our collective lives as a family. So strap yourselves in, for this is serious fun. It's wildly imaginative and a full senses assault that demonstrates the lasting power of the Turtles' inspired world. The independent spirit and their collective lasting impact. It's also a true testament to the passion and hard work of the treasure that is Kevin Eastman. Robert Rodriguez, filmmaker, Austin, Texas, March 3rd, 2022. So we actually wrote this forward pretty recently, interestingly enough. Okay, so this is The Last Ronin. The illustrations in this are, how should I put it? It's gritty, right? Post-apocalyptic, all that kind of stuff. So let's just start from the beginning. I'm not going to skip ahead. I'm just going to go... Let me see. There's April O'Neil is actually in The Last Ronin, but she's severely injured, and Casey Jones is gone as well. There's a lot of grief and learning how to deal with grief, and remember, like, they're all grown up now, right? And it's like this idea of Wagwan, turtles hide. Turtles also have a lot of symbolic meaning. I don't know if you guys have heard the saying of like turtles all the way down, and this idea of the fractal idea of like the universe and the cosmos, and everything is a fractal of everything else, right? We do have, like, as I said, April, but she's much older now, probably 40. But she's aged a lot just because she's been through stuff. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I've talked to my hubby about this, about comic books and superheroes, and just about if you really were to have superheroes in real life, right, the toll that would really take. And that's why I was kind of saying, you know, that's why, like, Hal Jordan, when I was reading you guys the Green Lantern, he was like a fighter pilot, right? Because those guys have to go through like that G-force stuff, and all of these are kind of like indicators as to certain avatars are able to hold an essence of being a hero. And I believe each of you guys out there and me, we all have a certain role to play in the cosmic game of life, right? And so whatever your mantle is that you're called upon to take upon yourself, realize that you're worthy of it, right? And it's not always going to be easy. If it was easy, everyone would literally do it, right? So let's see if I can connect again. I still can't believe how... Okay. All right. I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to start, actually. I didn't even begin this. So welcome to this read of The Last Ronin as April O'Neil. We'll see if TikTok restricts me or not. Okay. So now, forget the temperature. The toxicity levels gotta be off the charts. You'd be crazy to swim in that sludge. Stay behind if it bothers you that much. Cold, huh? Yeah. Maybe, but no bridges and no boats don't leave me much of a choice. All the time. Yeah, I know. Okay. Enough chit-chat. Oh my gosh, it looks very polluted. New York City, right? Because the Turtles do take place in New York City, right? It is Mikey, Sandog. Yeah. If they don't... Spoiler alert, though, Sam Dog. If they don't make it clear that who the last brother is, right? So I actually really like this illustration of this post-apocalyptic future, right? Reminds me a little bit of like Escape from New York, right? Like how John Carpenter made like that map kind of look. There we go. So you don't see the glare. So the world building in this is pretty cool. So The Last Ronin, Part 1. See you on the other side. Wish for death. Oof. The water is cold, like ice. It smells wrong, too. Tastes worse. I guess after decades of pollution and global warming, it's all kinds of nasty. Definitely not fit for human survival. That's okay. I'm not human. And I've got plenty of my own nasty. Oh yeah, ninja stars. And he throws them. Shink. A couple crappy cameras, rusty barbed wire, and no guards. Looks like they're way more worried about folks getting out than in. Well, that's a mistake. I'm gonna make damn sure of it. Time to finish this. Or die trying. Oh, Mikey, what happened to you? Well, of course, like, you get traumatized. All right, crap. What? You expecting a leisurely stroll or the whole way or something? And we thought the Lower East Side was overcrowded before. So you can see here there's like a big like motorcycle gang hangout. I think to just show like how rough and tumble this side of the city is. It doesn't matter. The plan stays the same. I just need to get from here to there. How, tough guy? Grab a cab? That's a long-ass hump. And a mutant packed head to toe with weapons don't exactly blend in. He's right. We're inside the walls now. Security will be off the charts. Well, why don't you tell me something a little bit more obvious? Besides, you know the drill. Adapt and overcome. Okay, well, good luck with that. It's almost like Mikey, or rather our Last Ronin hero friend here, is talking to his brothers, like his ghosts, right? It's like he's talking to himself, but you can see, like, yeah, their ghosts are there in that sense. Yeah, because they're just basically, like, he's like pretending, like, you know, because even Mikey going on all of the, when I read him doing that crossover with, like, the Bat family, he was the one, like, playing tunes in the car, as I said, like, the levity, right? But like, now you don't have your brothers with you. Okay, so adapt and overcome. Good luck with that. Luck has nothing to do with it. Do or do not. Oh, check it out, Jones. Some fool jacked your wheelus. Are you freaking kidding me? Who the hell's that stupid? Ain't much of a stealth move. Then again, there's something to be said for hiding in plain sight. Old turtle. New tricks. Oh yeah. There. Base of the tower. That's a long way up. And there's guards everywhere. Should have stole a glider instead. Snake Plissken. I just told you guys, right? Escape from New York. He's like, I should have stole a glider. Snake Plissken. Oh my gosh, I love it. Oh, I just got a full body tingle. That's crazy because I'm working on a movie that's a spiritual success. Anyways, keep it going. Okay. Or a catapult. Silent, but deadly. Not a bad idea. Except the silent part. I need a little diversion. So you can see him on the motorcycle. It looks pretty cool. You look pretty cool there, buddy. So he's going to do a diversion because he doesn't have the silent thing going. So he's got explosives because explosives are always fun. Countdown. 3, 2, 1. What the? Run! Blast off. Oh yeah, baby. Boom. I lied. Whump. Flap. To pull this off, I am gonna need some luck. Hup. Lucky me. Now. Wow. That was graceful. Well, I think that was a little bit of sarcasm. Worked, didn't it? Check out those cables. We hack in, we might be able to download a map of this level. That sounds like Donatello. No time. Plus, don't let your eyes get fooled by all those tubes and cables, 'cause the nose, knows the truth. You can take the turtle out of the sewer, but you can't take the sewer out of the turtle. What does that even mean? Means no matter what's changed, this is still our home turf. Oh yeah, you know what? It's funny Mikey said that because I say that about the prairies a lot. You can take a girl out of the prairies, but you can't take the prairies out of the girl. And it's just funny. It's like, what does that even mean? It means like no matter how much things have changed, that's still home, right? So the sewers, that's what he says about the sewers. So, beep, 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 beep. Damn, I don't recall a whole lot of manhole alarms back in the day. Zip it. Beep, 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 beep. Keeps going. And you got this like robot. Looks very like, this is like dystopian future level, right? So you got, of course, the cops who are robots in this world. I feel like that's a common motif when it comes to dystopian futures, right? Hey, Leonard. Welcome to April O'Neil reading you guys The Last Ronin. So I'm not obviously going to get through the whole thing. We'll probably get through like the first part. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So the alarms are going off. Crap. Security. Lightly armored. Some kind of RoboCops. Intruder. Roger, Roger. Time for an old trick. Halt. Halt. Central. We have an intruder in Delta Quadrant. In pursuit. Oh, thank you, thank you. As I'm reading, I'm still also trying to deal with my freaking internet. Like, why are you being nuts? These, like just connect properly. It's not the internet, it's the Wi-Fi, because obviously I don't have internet issues because I'm able to be live with you guys right now. So just an interesting thing. Okay. Central, we have an intruder in Delta Quadrant. We are in pursuit. Fully integrated robotic security with a katana? I gotta get a closer look at this. Halt. Whap. Fwalk. Halt. Let's see here. Robo Ninja Cops tougher than they look. They always end up looking okay. Thanks, Leonard. Oh, appreciate that. Yes, and I love the whole old school story time stuff. And as I said, this is a bit of a darker read, hence why I'm a little later with you guys tonight. Hopefully, as I said, don't get restricted, but we'll see. Okay, let's find out. Crack. Halt. Damn broken record. What the hell? Is that a human inside that armor? So he thought it was some cyborg, right? They're just like RoboCops, right? But it seems like there might be like someone who's actually in like the robotic costume. Dun dun dun. So is that a human inside that armor? It looks like some kind of cyborg, I think. More synthetic than human. A synthetic ninja? A stinking Sinja! What kind of sick freak does that to someone? The reason I'm here. That's who. Unit 109 has been disabled. Place is gonna be crawling with those things soon. Scanning for suspect. Need to keep moving. Target acquired. Affirmative. Stay on mission. And remember the first real lesson that our Father ever taught us. Strike hard, fade away, and never lose focus. Oh yeah. Splinter, the ultimate ninja. Yes. And I mean, there's more symbolic meaning to that. I'll get to that in a minute. I like Splinter. Master Splinter. And then, halt. Suspect located, residential complex 661. Requesting air support. Proceed with caution. Halt. Ooh, they're fast. Psst. Packing more than swords, too. Close quarters combat would be a mistake. I'll just end up painting myself into a corner. Halt. Remember the basic training. To be a true warrior, one must know when to crouch, hup, when to leap, and when to stand firm. And most importantly, when to fly. I love that. It's like ninjutsu training, or like he's like older and experienced about it. I like his inner monologue. Wump. And of course, we're in the dystopian future, so of course we have flying cars. Need to get the upper levels faster. Need to get to the upper levels faster. Halt. Fwad. Halt. This should help. Or not. Damn it! Controls are jammed. This isn't good. Goof. Seriously? The illustrations are quite gorgeous, actually. I wonder how Kevin Eastman gives his direction to his illustrator for it and how it actually works. Yeah. Smooth moves. Classic. You still can't fly 10 feet in a straight line. I love, like, the voices in his head that are his brothers, right? Like, he's just like, oh, amazing. You still can't fly 10 feet in a straight line. And he's like, whatever. Shut up. They're right. I need to stick to what I know best. And this is more like it. I'm coming for you. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, my gosh. I don't want to say this wrong. Oroku Hiroto? Hold on, let me just... I'm going to see... Because it looks like my internet came back on this thing. Hold on, I'm going to do a quick little interlude from the Last Ronin for me just to trust. I'm going to connect to this network. And I'm going to see... Okay. So we have Oroku Hiroto. Am I mistaken, Captain Izuka? Or is there some kind of... What? Oh, that's so crazy how that fell. I'm going to show you guys something, actually. My own little, like, ninja stuff. It's that hat, this thing, this as well. So I have my little, like, wooden karambits. So I'm half Filipino, right? So I have these little, like, knife swords, and I use these in, like, little training kind of things. So it's fun. Hi, Mr. Wink. How's it going? Okay. Perfect. I'm going to just restart my Wi-Fi network adapter on that. That's what I wanted to do in the first place and do that properly. Okay. So we've got here, I'm coming for you. I don't know who this is. Oroku Hiroto. Am I mistaken, Captain Ikuza, or is there some kind of disturbance currently taking place in the Middle District? That's affirmative. We have an unidentified intruder, Master Hiroto. Most likely a rogue derelict. Who says that? A rogue derelict, actually. A rogue derelict from the bottom district. Okay, so now let's see here. And where exactly is this rogue derelict currently? We have him surrounded in the lower business zone. Permission to sound the general alarm? Permission granted. Beep, 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 beep. So that alarm that was going off before that Mikey was avoiding. Furthermore, lethal force is duly authorized. Insubordination from the lower classes. Oh, lower classes. We have our dystopian future all ready to go here, there, right? Insubordination from the lower classes cannot be tolerated. Lessons must be learned from this, Captain, and examples must be made. Hi, We the North. Now, this is The Last Ronin. I am April O'Neil. And this is like a little special read. It's like a gritty Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comic about like coming of age, stepping into yourself, that kind of stuff. I look at actually Ninja Turtles very similar to Batman, right? In the sense of, how should I put it? Like, Batman in the 60s, and there's certain Batman cartoons that are really, like, kid-like, right? And then you have, like, Batman the Killing Joke, and, like, Batman, like, really dark stuff, like, Batman the Man Who, like, the one who laughs, or the Batman who laughs, rather. So like really dark kind of like versions of Batman. And so Ninja Turtles, you have like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but like what happens when those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles grow up? And that includes April, right? Oh yeah, because they have such, I love that dynamic of just brotherhood as well, right? Sisterhood, family ties, and found family, right? That idea of being connected in that kind of way. Yeah, Batman Met the Ninja Turtles. I read that one with you guys. It was a lot of fun. Okay. Let's see. I wonder if... Okay. Keep going. Let's see here. Master, ensure that our troops have live video feeds running at all times. I want this important operation broadcast to the entire city, top to bottom. Pursuit, capture, execution. Well, you sound a little bit extreme, but most bad guys usually are, right? So here, Oroku Hiroto, so-called master of the Foot Clan, Kahari's bastard son, the Shredder's grandson. So that is who we're dealing with. I was like, who is that guy? So Oroku Hiroto is the master of the Foot Clan, you know, the Foot who you deal with. Yeah, Shredder, he's Shredder's grandson. From the day we were born, our father trained my brothers and me to fight in the war between our families. For respect, for honor, for revenge. And now, after decades of murder and death, I have had enough. Think you just ran out of miracles, bro. We've been in tough spots before, but that's practically impossible. Same as it ever was for us. And I quit believing in miracles a long time ago. Oh, Mikey. But I am a ninja. Humph, wumph, hup. Easy. There's military grade equipment and hardcore foot soldiers everywhere. Yeah, and the entrance to the upper level is way on the other side of the platform. Well then. Oh, hey guys. Welcome to anyone new joiners. Thank you for reading along with me. This is The Last Ronin, as read by April O'Neil, right? All grown up, kind of. Let's see if I can bring this up a bit. There. Okay. I better get a ride. Commence transport. Roger. Brr. They won't expect a direct attack. Could just buy me a few extra minutes. Scritch. Need to get through the main tower doors before they know what's hit them. Halt. Authorization required. Oof. Guard stations offline. Should give me the time I need to. Damn. Time's up. Crack. Thud. Pock. Swap. Chuck. I mean, like, I love all, like, my little, like, sound effects for, like, the ninja sounds. And I'm pretty sure, like, as you're hitting, you'd be like, hiya. You're like, you know, different ninja sounds. Like, if you were to do your hit. And even the Power Rangers, I noticed, you know, either you have, like, hiya or, like, oomph. You have, like, your, it's not a catchphrase, right? It's, like, your attack word. Do you guys have one? But in this case, that's what I'm kind of going by. Like, thud, pock, swap, chuck, hoo, ha. That kind of thing. Hey, King Pappy. Welcome to the live. We're reading The Last Ronin. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? All us, like, coming of age. Us, like, 90s kids. Growing up. Thanks, Voice of One. continue on here. So, boom. Something is moving fast. Halt, says the robot. Upgrades. Lethal force authorized. Oh, I can do that. And he throws, I don't know what those are, like blades at them. Shuk, shuk, shuk. Ah. More toys, Hiroto. Machines do all of your fighting for you. You're gutless. I can't wait to meet you. Captain Ikuza, why am I looking at the terrorist infiltrator inside the lower levels of my tower? Master, I understand your concern, but I have activated every resource available to stop him. No, I don't think you understand either. I have his head on a pike before this day is through, or I will have yours. Squee! Snap! I know you're watching, Oruku Hiroto, and I know you're scared. I'm coming for you, you coward. A mutant turtle? I want all available foot to the tower now. My attack word is marvelicious. I stopped because I don't know the Last Ronin story. Oh, this is my first time reading it as well. I've actually read it through prior to doing this live with you guys, just because I have to with comic books, because if you're new to reading comic books, they're not actually that easy to read. They take some time to kind of get, because if you think of the panels, every page, every panel is different. So sometimes you're supposed to go across, sometimes you go this way. So they're all different, right? And there's no wrong way or right way to read it. It's just the way you're going to read it first. But I do find your first round reading a comic book is going to be just, it's like this big hit. Like, oh my gosh, like a dream. And when I go back and reread it for you guys live, there's certain things that I know I want to like emphasize or pick up on. So I've reread it, but not entirely. So I like that attack word, marvelicious, or like your invocations, right? Where you're like, I invoke myself to transform, right? And life is not a battle. That is, thank you so much about that. I've been trying to work on like my voices a little bit more. I've been inspired by my dungeon master that so on Thursday is actually my birthday, and I'm actually going to be doing a live stream of the D&D game that I've been playing for the last couple weeks, and my character Mayari Moonchild. And so my dungeon master is actually based out of the Ukraine, and he's so funny because when he does like the voices, I'm just so impressed, because he sounds like a Ukrainian guy, and then he'll like flip and be like a dwarf or like a lady or things like that. So I appreciate that. And so any of you guys out there, Dungeon Masters, Voice of One, yeah, like I'm so, wow. And like taking care of the map, kind of a big deal, right? So I'll be streaming it live. I've asked permission from the rest of my my players in the campaign. You won't know who they are in real life, but you'll be able to see like the forge and stuff. And because I actually am working on my own RPG game as well, which I've been having such frustrations with this. I haven't been able to actually get to my Discord server because my internet on my PC, this is ridiculous. I don't know why this is happening. I feel like, you guys feel like tech difficulties happen when you're like onto something in the cosmos or like the universe or reality, right? You're like, oh, or you talk about something that's like spicy or like it's breaking the construct, and yeah, exactly. And you're like, aha. I'm on target, aren't I, right? And that's why the tech is messing up. So I'm just gonna roll with it. I'll get this up and running eventually. I have another laptop to use anyways, but this has just been like something that just started, and just like all tech problems, my Starlink blew up. They're saying, what? Why? Well, how did that happen? You know what's the worst about tech issues? When it's like literally makes no sense. And you know what? When I was in the office, when I used to work in an office, guaranteed like my computer would stop working. And the minute the IT guy would come to fix it, it would start working again. I'm like, oh my gosh, power went out, and then, oh, that sucks. It's like randomness. I call it like the tech gods, and like, they are not easy ones to deal with. But the internet didn't. Oh, yeah. So probably something happened with the configuration. I have a feeling maybe mine has something similar with that. I may have to do just like... I wish I just had my Ethernet cable. I should just do that next time. Anyways, I don't know why this... I'm just going to turn this off. And then connect. This has just been happening for a couple days now, but just weird. So my Discord server, I am still hooking that up to my Xbox, and hopefully I get this thing working by the time I have to play D&D. I'll figure it out. Don't worry. It'll be cool because it's going to be my birthday stream, but it'll be also like me birthing my character, Mayari, to you guys. And I'm going to be in cosplay as my character that I'm playing D&D as, right? What? It'll be great. So do you guys play D&D? Life is Not a Battle. Have you, do you play D&D? Do any of you guys play like video games that are RPG based, like Baldur's Gate or, Diablo? I think there's a few other ones that are good. I don't typically play... I used to play a lot more RPG-based video games, but I think the most RPG game that I'm playing right now is Tiny Tina's, which is like an offshoot from Borderlands 3. But like, it's kind of too much because you have too many things to choose from, right? Like in Tiny Tina's, you have like close range weapon and spells and guns and like other things too. It's like way too much in terms of that. And yeah, World of Warcraft is amazing. I used to play that with my friend Laura on PC back in the day. You know, like two of you over a computer playing the game, right? I just ran a game of D&D today to stay with my daughters and friends. Oh, what a cool dad you are. Voice of one, a dungeon master, and a dad. That's cool. Because there is such a truth in reality in D&D. Like, if you think about, like, the rules of the game and the parameters and just that little bit of chance that the dice throws work. So, Mayari in my group, I get really good dice throws when I'm attacking things. So, like, I'm kind of like the killer of the group. It's kind of cool. Oh, that's cool. I was playing Eve. Okay, it's too much. I used to play WoW. Oh yeah, World of Warcraft back in the day. Perhaps if you guys play Xbox, I think we may do some. What did I want to do? Halo Infinite, because I know you can play that online multiplayer for free. So we can do maybe some like group Halo fun. And I know Halo 2 and Halo 3 you can play campaign co-op, because I've done that with my sister and friends like in Vancouver as well. Same campaign. What world are you playing in Voice of One? We're playing, my D&D campaign is like Statsglav's Redemption from the Forgotten Realms world, which is part of D&D, right? Me growing up, I typically played video games that were RPG. Tabletop, I've only played now, really realistically tabletop, like with a specific dice, like my D20. Where'd I even put that? I have it somewhere. Man. Make sure your drivers are up to date. Ooh. That could be it. Life is Not a Battle. Yeah. The drivers thing... Let's see. No, I don't want to do that. I think you might be right. Life is Not a Battle. I think I have to do like some rehab to this. I'm going to just try to stop connecting for now. And I'll have my hubby help me with this in just a bit. I got it working last time because that's how I was able to stream Halo to you guys. But then it just stopped working out of it. Oh, the penguin is here. Let's accept. Hi, Penguin.
How you doing, Rachel?
How's it going?
Good. You want to run a battle?
Yeah, I've been meaning to battle you forever. Yay!
Thank you.
Oh, yay. Okay, yes, let's Do it. Oh my gosh. Your eyes look crazy. So I'm April O'Neil today. Technically speaking, DC Universe plays with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I'm reading The Last Ronin. So we're kind of in the same world-ish. That's right. That's right. Yeah. Well, what? And I was just talking about D&D, like a big nerd that I am. Thanks, Voice of One. Okay, guys, April O'Neil is battling the Penguin. So I'm doing this on behalf of Batgirl, let's say. They're besties. All right, guys. I would play some music. Let me see if I can try to find that. Come on, guys. It's a sad book. This is a sad book. It is a sad book. I was also concerned that TikTok might, basically, I basically think that I'm also trying to fix my computer as well so I can play. So, have you guys read this before? Any of you guys in here? Kev's collected spot. Thanks, like Scott Battle.
Ashley's dog, you heard about that, her dog? Don't ever put your dog in the escalator properly. Don't put your dog. People, one of our friends over here put the dog in the escalator and it got caught. Police got caught in the escalator. Do not put your dog in the escalator yet.
What?
Escalators are very dangerous.
Oh my gosh. You also have to be careful of escalators and shoelaces. I haven't, but I know about the story. Yeah, the story is sad because you only have one turtle left, right? And it's sad. It's sad. But
they should put a sign.
Let me flip into here.
You're gonna put your dog on it? Yeah.
April O'Neil is actually in this, but she's grown up and she's kind of bitter. I'm sad. Oh my gosh, I wish my internet was working because then I could actually play something. And then tomorrow, you guys, I think I'm going to be playing Marvel Rivals as Psylocke, as like a meta way of showing things. Do any of you guys play Rivals? Rivals is hard for me to play because it's I feel like the newer video games, there's too much, it's like overstimulating for me. And also, Halo's game engine, the later one, feels like it's fake versus... Okay, guys, we're almost there in terms of... I wish I had... I'm gonna bring... Okay, guys. We will continue on with The Last Ronin after this fun battle. Oh, yay! Oh. Thanks, Life is Not a Battle. Appreciate that. Yes. I'm trying to do Batgirl a favor here by battling with Mr. Penguin. All right. Thank you guys. Just tap the screen. Lots of love. Yes. The art in this though is pretty gorgeous. I'm not familiar with Peter Laird as well in terms of that. All right, guys. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. I wish I had my music, but I think that Life is not a battle. My drivers need to be updated before I can actually do any of that kind of stuff. So, you know. I wish. Oh! Life is not a battle. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Oh, the rain. I love that. And it was matching.
We gotta drop it. Drop it.
Come on. All right, Pikachu. Yay! Thank you so much. Pika Pika. Oh, why did it censor your comment? It was like Pika Pika apparently is All right, guys. Come on. Do. So close, so close. Keep tapping, guys. Lots of love for from April. Yay! Oh, you guys, thank you so much. Woo woo. MVP life is not a battle, and you've helped me fix my computer issues more than likely. Oh my gosh. Thanks, Penguin. Thanks for that. I'll be back a little later as Batgirl. We should do that again sometime.
You want to chill free?
I have to finish my comic book reading, and I have to stop, but yeah. Yeah, thank you so much.
God bless you.
You too. All right. Cool. I've been meaning to do that. Yeah, no. If I was Batgirl and I had Nightwing with me, that could be a little bit more of a fun, like, role play situation, but I wanted to finish my comic book read, because that was the whole point of this live. As I said to you guys, I don't do TikTok properly. I won though, you guys. Thank you so much. That's a big deal, you know, like to win against the Penguin, like, because they're like professional battlers. I'm always just like, I always feel like it should be an interaction. Like I love going up against Batman, like Healthy Geeks, because like playing into that a bit more. I also have a battle coming up that I'm planning on doing with Lisette, because she does Marilyn Monroe, and I love Bridget Bardot. I don't know if you guys are familiar with like the old school like Hollywood starlets, but I love like Raquel Welch and Bridget Bardot and Marilyn Monroe, of course. And so I think we're going to try to do an old school like bombshell kind of thing with that. And I've got the DC bombshells things that I'm working on as well. So that should be fun. I'm going to finish just this part of the Last Ronin, Cavs Collectible Spot. Yes, this story is a sad one. I was also kind of concerned about reading it on TikTok, because you guys know, like, they love to restrict me when I talk about spicier topics, right? But there's nothing really political about this. It's just more about, I think, dealing with grief. So we've now established that the bad guy that, this is a spoiler, but I think someone already spoiled it as well, that Mikey's the last Ronin, and the rest of his brothers are speaking to him like as ghosts, essentially, with him, right? He's speaking to himself in his head, but they're always with him, right? So he's fighting these robots that are basically ninjas as well, and they have more than swords. They're also dealing with like weaponry as well, right? So let me just put this here a little closer. I like lost my framing that I had so perfect before. Okay. So he's calling out Shredder's grandson as being a coward, because he's basically sending just like ninja robots after him instead of actually doing anything himself. And of course, the flying cars, because we're in a dystopic future, need to get to the upper levels faster. Halt! Halt! This should help or not. Damn it! Controls are jammed. This isn't good. Oof. Seriously? Smooth moves. Classic, you still can't fly. Oh, wait, I said that. You still can't fly 10 feet in a straight line. So you can see here, he's running, and he's got all of the weapons, and his brothers are basically talking to him in his head, or his ghosts, one or the other. So actually, wait, here. We got pursuit, capture, execution, bad guys doing bad guy stuff. Oh yeah, I was getting confused with all of the fight scenes. We already had our little ninja fight scene, and after my own battle with the Penguin, Batgirl showed me some moves, so I was able to take them on. And you guys helped a lot. A lot of appreciation to you guys for helping me win that battle, because as I said, not an easy one, and you guys came through. So more to come. And I will fix my drivers after this, and I'll hopefully be able to update all of my Discord stuff very soon. Okay, let's see. Could have gone down fighting. Let those things finish me off. But that just be avoiding the inevitable. Ning. Knew that this was a suicide mission from the start. Cough. What? Ugh. I need to end this. Now. On my terms. For my family. For honor. Dude, you don't gotta do this. Quiet. No more talking. Herk. Cough. Oh my gosh, it's so bloody. And I just gotta push through all of it. We were always so different. And so much alike. I miss my brothers so much. And I miss my father. More than anything else, I wanted to make him proud. In the end, too little, too late, story of my life. I'm sorry, Father. I failed. Please forgive me. Oh, nothing to forgive. Too much blood. Never lose focus. Cough, cough. What the? No, cough, not yet. Not like this. Clang. Holy crap. It's no way. You're a mutant turtle. Oh, no shit, right? And then there's like a flat line here. You guys don't wake him up soon. I'm eating the last bagel. Hey, Sleeping Beauty, wake up. We got things to do. Oh man, who smashed a cement truck into my skull? Well, more like a fleet of cement trucks. Yeah, we've seen prettier things pulled out of the East River in spring. Whatever. Where are we anyways? Duh. Welcome home. This looks like a dream state, right? Home? What do you mean? Hold up. Is this the old sewer lair? What? You're expecting the Ritz or something, Twinkle Toes? What? You expecting the Ritz or something, Twinkle Toes? And who said you could use my favorite blanket? How the hell did we... Thank God, you're up. Oh my God. April? Yeah. Is that really you? Yeah, it's me. And I'm so relieved to see you awake. You really had me worried, mister. But who were you just talking to, Michelangelo? So they just reveal who we're talking, which turtle it is, right? And of course, oh my gosh, I just got full body tingles reading that, right? So of course he flatlined and he went into his dream state where his brothers are like, hey, wake up. We've got things to do. But April's still around, right? And so we will continue on here with April. It gets really dark, but I will have the schedule for the next reading of The Last Ronin very soon. But I'll read just a little bit of this. So The Last Ronin, Part 2, First to Fall. Now. I love how they always begin this panel. It's like, now. They don't tell you where exactly you are in time space. Just like, it's now, right? Now. And April, close up on her face. Then, so it's a flashback sequence. What the heck is taking them so long? Casey, you told them 6:30 sharp, right? Everything is getting cold. Relax, April. You know getting from the lair to anywhere else is always a pain in the butt. But all this food. It's fine, babe. I'm more worried about screwing up the toast later. Are you nervous to tell them? Sorta. But they're family, right? Family, yeah. It's April and Casey, right? I still can't believe you said yes. Well, I used to think I'd end up marrying you out of pity. Then I couldn't wait for you to ask me. It took you long enough. So Casey Jones and April O'Neil are getting married, and they're going to tell the Turtles about it. Sorry about that. It's just, the streets never really showed me how to care about anything but myself for most of the time. Which sounds stupid now, because I wouldn't even have a life if it wasn't for you and the guys. Speaking of, you're right. They're taking way too long to get here. I'm starving. I know. It's not like them at all. I'll call Donnie and find out where... Fwam! Make a hole! Incoming! Oh God, Raph? Ambush! Ambush? Who? Raph, you're hurt. Forget me. Master Splinter. Raph, where? Over here. April, grab the med kit. Bring everything. Oh, so you see Splinter there. Oh, and then April wakes up in bed remembering this. Oh God. This is bad. Easy. Easy. Donnie, help me cut the clothing away and clear all the blood. I don't know where to start. Snap out of it. We need to find which wound's the most dangerous. Focus. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I'm good. Who the hell ambushed you? Foot bastards. Large strike team jumped us when we came out of the sewers. Leonardo. Rear guard sensei, making sure we all got clear. Screw that. Come on, Raph. Let's make sure Leo got clear too. Damn straight, it's body count time. Every damn foot in this city is about to find out how big of a mistake they made tonight. Stand down, Raph. We're good for now. I turned the last of them back in the subway. Looks like they might be running towards the east side. The docks, maybe. What about the truce, Leo? I thought we all got past this with them. Honestly, I'm surprised the truce lasted as long as it did. That's what you get when you deal with the devil. How's father? He's lost so much blood. We're doing the best we can, but without a real doctor, I don't know if we can save him. Hi, Craig. I'm just finishing off the Last Ronin, so it's getting sad, though. Understood. Casey, pull the van around. I'll call Dr. Lee. Wait, what? I know we shouldn't move him, but... No, you're right, April. We need help. This war, just a matter of time. Oruku against Hamato, always. Karai trying to end it once and for all. Shh, we got you, Sensei. It's okay. Hey, where's Ralph? Damn it. And then April wakes up, and you can see that she's kind of in a bad way. Click, click. Damn, she's dropping some of her amputation. Sigh. Hey, Casey. A little help, please? Oh my gosh. Shh, shh. This whole April still being alive thing is nuts, huh? Hard to believe anyone survived that. Talk about miracles. Right, Mike? Yeah. Right. Last thing I remember was the explosion. And then... Oh. All right. I will leave us there for now. We've reintroduced April, and they've got. I'm not gonna spoil it. We'll do that a little bit later. So thank you guys for joining me for this beginning read of The Last Ronin as April O'Neil. Hey J-Mags, yes, happy Easter. Yes, happy long weekend, happy Easter, happy Ostara, happy springtime, you guys. So tomorrow, hopefully I get this all sorted out, whatever's going on with like my internet on this particular PC. But please do join my Discord server, as well as I do have a lot of, like, my schedule and all that stuff is, I think, gotten squared away, so you can get a hold of, like, the next reads coming up. So we're going to finish off Blackest Night, Green Lantern, The Last Ronin, as well as we're going to revisit Crisis on Infinite Earths. I have a show planned as Supergirl, but we're going to compare and contrast Crisis on Infinite Earths, the comic book, with the animated movie, which is a 3-part series that came out in 2024, which I thought was really good. Actually, I thought it was actually really, really good. Jensen Ackles is actually the voice of Batman in it, and they do a lot of stuff with Huntress, and I really love what they did with Kara and Supergirl with that. It's not exactly true to the comic book, but they really did a good job of keeping the heart of it. And they also have Constantine in the new Crisis. So what they do with Constantine and Pariah, and how they involve magic and explaining the multiverse, the cosmic body, is kind of cool in the animated version. And I love animated stuff, because at the end of the day, there's always going to be stuff you can do with illustration that live action, just tough to do, because live action, you're still trying to be real, right? And yeah, we're living in a world that is becoming ever so more magical, and I'm here for it, baby. Oh, Stefan, thank you so much. Quebec is such a magical place. I welcome all of you guys too. Thank you for joining me. Remember, it takes true courage for you to play as exactly you in the game of life, right? So, and thank you guys for that battle with Penguin. For we won, right? April O'Neil beat Penguin. Amazing. My brother named his daughter Helena after the Huntress. That is very cool. Huntress in that Crisis animated, I really like her character in it, right? She goes through even a scene in the comic book, right, where she's the daughter of Selina Kyle and Bruce Wayne, and all the different versions of Bruce Wayne and Batman, like the interaction between her and the Batman that basically leaves Dick Grayson at an orphanage and would never probably have a daughter. It's just that, like, all the different aspects of you and versions of you, and being aware of which one you're meant to play in this timeline right now, because that's important too, right? Like Voice of One, I know you're a Pisces, or anyone who has any of more of like awareness of the other realms and other worlds, or like getting lost in your imagination. There is a level of being aware of, like, okay, what's right now, right? And that's why you have like Taurus friends and other more like fixed signs, and that's the dance of having a superhero team. That's why you have Green Lantern, Flash, and Superman, and Batman, and Martian Manhunter, right, on the team, because their powers, you may have overlaps, but you're going to have your unique set of you, right? Just like in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? The different skill sets, who you're meant to play as this character in life. Oh, thank you, Stefan. And I thank you guys for reading along with me, and thank you for loving these stories as much as I do, right? And as I said, turn to these stories, turn to the cosmos, turn within to find the inspiration you seek in order to play as you in this game of life. No one else is going to do it but you, right? And after all, the universe is counting on you. No pressure, right? But no worries. I have your back, right? Make sure you guys go out there, be super, have a great Easter. I will catch all of you guys tomorrow. Until next time, bye.